winners bracket Group C action here. Shanghai Major presented by Perfect World. It's LGD-Gaming taking on Newbee. And in this deciding Game 3, the winner will be facing OG, who awaits after a 2-0 hard-fought victory over Archon in the second match that was happening concurrently. So with that, Winter, we're going to see how the draft develops here. It's LGD with first pick, and it is worth mentioning that Newbee had a choice of side, and they actually chose Radiant, not Dire, which apparently nearly all the teams have been going for Dire when they have the option.
Didn't it happen once yesterday?
Happened with Vici once, apparently.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not sure why would you do that, because personally I feel right now it's either first pick or Dire. And in the past you take Radiant because of the farming patterns in the jungle, and because you don't have it anymore now, so I'm not sure why would you want to go for Radiant. So maybe they have a strat that revolves around being on Radiant, so we'll just have to see what they're gonna do this game. We talked about the Enchantress being a key hero in this series, so
Newbees
is available.
LGD is first pick, and NewB doesn't ban it.
Can't give away Earth Spirit.
You can give away Dark Seer.
Enchantress.
Newbee. What Newbee have up their sleeve. In a weird way, LGD is also almost forced to take the Enchantress, though. So maybe, like, from the Newbee side, it's like, well, we know they're going to take it. We kind of force them down a certain path. And they do grab a Night Stalker. Predator for these squishier heroes, like an Enchantress. But an Invoker as well. So, last game we saw the Quaswex Invoker from Newbee Winter, but curious to see if they would consider a change-up into Quas Exort. Moo is generally not known for playing more of that, like, carry-type mid, but perhaps this will be the game where he switches.
He's a tempo controlling mid. But, I mean, he definitely can play it if they need him to play it. Because if you're up against Enchantress, you want to have more burst damage. Obviously, the Exort Invoker provides a meatball plus the Sunstrike will be really helpful. And I think if he's actually doing Quaswex this game, the Night Stalker might be fulfilling a much more greedy role.
It could be an off-lane, like Iron Talon Night Stalker. There's lots of options.
Yeah, it could still be an off-lane Night Stalker, but I just feel like if you're doing Night Stalker off-lane and you're leaving him alone, he's not going to accomplish much. You have to either help him set up a dual lane, or you just straight up jungle the Night Stalker.
Yeah, we've seen that from FY. Puppy copied that as well, and it's pretty effective.
LGD's turn.
Yeah, you grab the Rubik. Early Rubik pick. Why Rubik now?
I think this is a big tell that this Enchantress is support. It has a really big tell. You want to be able to roam with the Enchantress early, and if you're going for support that does that really well with Enchantress, you open it up right now, it might just show that the enemy that you are going to have a support Enchantress, even though I don't remember seeing LGD ever run a jungling hero. So I might be wrong.
Down the Sven. We obviously used that very well last game, albeit it felt like it was a specific counter to the heavy damage. Not seeing that right now from LGD.
It's still a great call, like, to be honest, because he farms really quick, he ancients really well, he's playing quick, and he provides a stun in terms of the laning phase. He's not a hero that doesn't, like, some carries are really weak in the laning phase, like Sven is not really that. Spectre still has dagger. I mean, obviously
it's not a stun.
The stun is way better, but you know, Sven also provides a lot in terms of late game. Like, you have a lot of damage and you have a lot of armor for your team, so I think it's a very solid carry in the current meta.
10 seconds.
He's also a frontliner, not, you know, compared to say a Drow Ranger, so he can be the man that's tanking everything. Ban out their fourth hero and then they'll go right into the pick.
Reserve time.
GD yet to show any cores. They banned the OD. Sylar's hero is all available, so it seems like they have too much interest in shutting him down in terms of.
When we talk about Night Stalker, we always talk about heroes that would benefit from the vision at some point. That
Bat Rider.
Yeah, Bat Rider. Like when you get the Aghanims on Night Stalker, or even Disruptor to get a glimpse. We always talk about heroes that can utilize the vision very well. In certain cases, I've seen Night Stalker with Luna. Like, that was, I think, quite old school back then when we saw a lot of Night Stalker plus Luna, because you have the extra night time from Eclipse, and Luna has very good night vision as well, or even Slug, heroes that have great night vision.
We've also seen it the other way, where teams will pick one of those to somewhat counter the Night Stalker and give you equally good or similarly good night vision.
So right now it seems that with the CM pick, it might actually be an off-lane Night Stalker.
An early Iron Talon. That's for sure.
That's what Sindel said as well when he was on the panel. Okay, I'm on the off lane, I'm not getting farm, guys. See you later, I'm going to the jungle, I'm buying Iron Talon. Catch you in 5 minutes.
I'll be a higher level than your offlaner if you don't get one in a couple of minutes, no problem.
10 seconds remaining.
Quite good versus the Enchantress because you can grab the creeps because
5
LGD banned out the Witch
remaining.
Doctor, which is really good versus the creeps of Enchantress.
Is this a good Morphling game?
It's
Reserve
still good,
time.
it's still possible. You mean for LGD?
Yeah, because you already see Newbee have Crystal Maiden, very weak against Morphling.
But-
Night Stalker is the silence, but it's got quite a cast animation and the range is low.
And Invoker is decent versus Morphling, depends on if you're Quaspex or Exort. I think Quaspex is really good because Morphling relies on mana pool a lot.
If they wanted to go Morphling, what would we see? Like an RTK Tidehunter? Oh, that's actually banned. Never mind that. An RTK play.
This game.
His two big heroes in the offlane.
We are
ban.
talking about the fact that
If he's a support
if Enchantress is support, what would RTK play this game? What is left in the pool that RTK
10
plays? I mean, there's still
remaining.
Shaker, but I haven't seen him play it anymore. It's not really that
5
great in the current patch.
remaining.
He doesn't play. Okay.
Alright.
So this might actually be his
Turn
hero.
to pick.
Enchantress might be support just because they have Rubik. I mean, it's similar like Clockwork. You use your fissure to ensure that you actually get levels in the lane. He's not the greatest at pressuring the enemy's safe lane because you generally in most situations you can't really do too much apart from securing your own levels. So Newbee might be able to go really greedy with their safe lane
10
pick.
seconds remaining.
They are 100% sure that the Earthshaker's off lane. Enchantress is
5
support.
seconds
They're
remaining.
really lacking on damage here for LGD right now. Like, you do have the Enchantress, I suppose, but if it is a
Reserve time.
support, you're not going to be getting too much farm naturally. It feels like Sylar's going to be playing a very hard carry.
You can still do a lot in the early game, just based on your own roaming. You can pace of the game, can limit the farm and farm potential of if it's indeed an Iron Talon. Like with the Enchantress around the map, it's gonna be difficult for you to just keep jungling. So see what they do with it. So for Newbee, maybe they would want to have more early game heroes to deal with the Enchantress. We saw.
So what's here for Hal? We've seen his Lifestealer,
we saw in
Juggernaut.
we saw in last game that if you don't have a good early game hero that can deal with the roaming, then you might get punished like the Drow. So Newbee are going for a hero that has an escape ability, so you can actually run around.
Turn to ban.
In PL, like you mentioned, it's a hero that they need. They need a hero that does a lot of damage. But at the same time, having the PR means Morphling has a really good replicate target in the game to either speed up his farm or do a lot of damage in team fights.
I do worry a bit for Newbee. They don't have much to clear illusions. Here's really it.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe a freezing field, but you're putting yourself in a bit of harm's way there.
If it's an Exalt Invoker, you have the meatball.
Yeah, it's
But-
basically the invoker.
But I think that if you have Invoker and Morphling together on the same team, might also mean that it might be more likely to be complex because Morphling is gonna take up a lot of farm. I remember the game yesterday where we saw, I think we casted the game where they had
10
Ember
seconds remaining.
on the same team.
Oh yeah,
It was it Breach-It? And the game
it was.
Yeah, the
5
game became
seconds
really hard
remaining.
because they have two heroes that can take
Well,
up
and
so
they even
much
had a
space.
Tidehunter offlane who's not the most best-paced offlaner.
Newbies.
So
turn to
Newbee,
pick.
either they're gonna pick another support or they're gonna leave Night Stalker as support and just pick another off lane. So you talk about needing AoE clear, wave clear against PR. So support.
Legion Commander? I mean, it's not a hero that they're known for running.
I'm not sure if they play the hero, so I mean, it could be good. PR.
Newbee,
10 seconds
Sears
remaining.
Band.
But I think the other option they can do is like they run.
So they just go for the Bat Rider
They,
and
they can
seconds
run
remaining.
dual lanes. Yeah, Bat Rider might also
just
be
focus on pickoffs with the Morphling more.
strong lanes and
Reserve
go for
time.
pickoffs.
It's also really annoying for our Shaker, and LGD don't have good counterplay, really.
They have the lift, the instant lift from Rubik.
Yeah.
The Shaker fissure, if they can get it, it's pretty good. That.
BKB.
10 seconds
Pretty good.
remaining.
Yeah, I would say the lift is the most reliable because
5
some
seconds
situations
remaining.
feature you need a cast time. He might still be able to get his 4-star off.
Oh, they are gonna go
LGD's
Vici Gaming
turn to
style
Wait,
here.
this Morphling is off lane. Dude, is this Morphling off lane?
It must be. Who else would go? Unless it's a full
Okay.
support Morphling.
So, Exalt Invoker so you can stun into Sunstrike and Meatball.
I don't see another way to lane it.
Yeah, this is my favorite offlane hero, I gotta tell you. Damn, he's fun. And he has a good replicate.
You know what else they could do is they could do like
10
a.
seconds
Invoker?
remaining.
No.
They could do if they expect a 1v1 for the Invoker, they could
5
put
seconds
him like
remaining.
maybe Morphling solo versus the Earthshaker Invoker
Wow,
mid
they-
in a tri-lane Ember.
The greed is getting real. Everyone is
Let's
just
see who's picking what.
everyone is just getting greedier. But I think that it's gonna be offlane.
They banned Lycan. They expected another carry.
I think it's gonna be offlane Morphling though because
It seems the most likely.
it seems most likely that's number one. Then I think that because they need setup right now. If you look at their heroes, they need someone to set up kills for their team. So if you do it,
Good for that, which would mean an Exhort Invoker. and
Yeah,
it is too late playing it.
if you do Exalt Invoker with the offlane Morphling, it might work for them because then CM and Night Stalker they don't really need much farm, so they might be able to get away with it.
All comes down to this here: Newbee and LGD. In the distance into the game 3, whose draft
10
winter do you like
seconds
better,
remaining.
or do you think they're even?
I'm biased. I like Morphling
5
offlane.
seconds remaining.
But
All right, try to do your job and be professional here.
I do think that because LGD have the enchanters, it's easier for them to take control of the game, and I think that if they can actually take control of the game, they make space for PR and Juggernaut to get their
Prepare
items,
for
and
battle.
they are pretty fast-paced heroes. So I would say that Morphling and Ember are a bit slower, especially the Morphling is a bit slower compared to the PR and the Juggernaut. So I think that LGD has a really good chance of taking the enchanters, roaming around, making a lot of fun. And they have the Juggernaut feeling what to take, the Roshans. They can definitely snowball out of control in this. So, Enchanters is going to be the key, again, in this series.
So offlane Morphling nowadays, is this the same build where you get
Yeah,
the
same build.
Tranquil Boots, Soul Rain, Blink
Same
Dagger?
You might stop for Midas in some cases after your Soaring. But Soaring and Tranquil is definitely the most important composition of the hero.
Would you ever consider like working an Aether Lens
Nah,
into the mix?
I
there?
tried it, it's not.
Not good.
Because you don't need it.
The
I
range
mean,
is already low.
you already have the
30
range,
seconds
so
to
you want to have either a blink, so you get into a better position because you want to get close. Because the main change of the Morphing stun right now is you have that travel time, so you can actually dodge it.
So if you're right in front of them, they can't really react.
Yeah, they can't really react. So you want to have the blink. I think blink is definitely call on the hero. You either some games you get a Midas or you just don't get a Midas.
They will be starting in the offlane as the Earthshaker.
The battle
Mentioning that there was a
begins.
very board planted down by 20. TP towards bottom, placed one up near the Roshan pit, so they'll have some great vision of the
I think this
area
was
surrounding.
number one. What it does is it stops the enchanters. Even though they didn't block the camp, like I mentioned before in the first game, NewB blocked the camp, but in the second game, LGD didn't block the camp. And I stress how important it is to block off the enchanters camp. But sometimes having vision as well is really good. And this game,
Oftentimes when an Enchantress like ganks that bottom lane, she'll smoke like in this area.
yeah,
She'll be scouted.
I mean that too, but if you look at LGD's heroes, they're very strong level 1 heroes, so probably NewB felt like they're not confident that they can actually get a level 1 block off, so they didn't want to contest it, so they just place a ward far away. So it doesn't put them in harm's way when they're trying to place the ward.
So it is the full Iron Talon Night Stalker for
Yeah, why not? Yeah, just
This farm's
both teams are playing greedy, but LGD has a jungler that can do more.
I mean, the Night Stalker can actually keep up with the Enchantress unless she gets a
Yeah.
Wildkin and a big
And
stack.
not to mention, because it's a PL mid, we saw how MVP run it, it's easier for them to, it's easier for the enchanters to gank, because
Radiant's
setup.
bottom tower is under attack.
And if you look at the other lanes, this lane is actually really, really good for Morphling, honestly, because number one, he can wave farm away.
Pressure comes on mid. Maybe he's already diving, trying to find How here for the first blood centaurs. Short on the Lance mana and does not have the mango we
Yeah.
sometimes see on the carry
But
peel.
the creep is, from the enchanter, is definitely putting a lot of pressure on the Ember. But I was talking about how
They're
this
gonna have
lane,
another stomp soon. Ooh.
CM is here to save the day.
10 mana short on maybe.
Morphling is gonna have a lot of experience gained from this lane because it's very hard for them to kill him because they have the waveform, and Rubik is not very good at zoning him by himself. So I expect this Morphling to get a lot of levels, which is what you need. You don't need too much farm. You just need the level so you're effective, and the CM aura to help him with his mana pool. So things are gonna look really good for the Morphling this game, and it's gonna be up to Enchantress to set the pace of the game. Now, he's already doing it by winning the middle lane for maybe.
So we're seeing RTK do a bit of side pulling bottom. He strikes creeps over
This
to
was
his
what
big camp.
I think Complexity did this first. I remember seeing them do it not too long ago. Really effective on the off lane. So I believe you can only do this on Dire because on Radiant it's much more difficult. I'm not sure. I've never tried it.
One wants to make a move on mid here, maybe. Does have the point in Doppelganger.
Can't really
Not gonna
they
threaten.
can't really gank the PL that easily.
Doesn't the harassment not very effective?
Yeah, I think he's just gonna be there if there's a creep from the Enchantress. That's about it. All he can do in this scenario, right here. And it is going to be most likely an Exalt Invoker because
It is, at least for now, one.
Yeah.
He hasn't taken his third skill point yet though. Oh no, sorry, yeah.
he has, yeah, he just got it like on Vax. So it might actually still be a class Vax, so who knows. RTK gonna get Cold Snap. One can't really get in range for that Frostbite there. Set up the Sunstrike.
Mid PL, off to a fantastic start.
Yeah,
The mid PL is really underrated.
Mid PL
I
is
feel.
actually really good because he has really good animation, really good damage, the armor. He can start with Command
His
Shield.
base strength is actually quite decent as well, so he's not that squishy.
It's more of the pressure. Like if you have the right lineup, what MVP did was they always had a spirit, something, or even a bounty hunter.
He's going in, he knows the Flame Guard's on cooldown. This is going to prompt a TP reaction.
Oh,
Melody.
the Night Stalker jungler has come online.
Almost that first nighttime, and he has the smoke, so this is carbon copy of the way FY was doing it when he used it earlier in the patch.
Yep, but he did it when the enemy had very fast-paced heroes. This game maybe because LGD is also greedy with their heroes, so maybe NewB might be able to have a better chance of getting away with it. Let's see. Nighttime looms.
And LGD also want to smoke. It looks like they've got a small little Enchantress army here. LE moves towards bottom. See if Enchantress is gonna...
He doesn't have the silence yet though, so his gank against the PL might be difficult, honestly.
I think they want to gank the or the Earthshaker.
Yeah.
They're headed towards RTK at the same time. LGD wrapping around on the top lane, but that's a Morph lane they're trying to kill off, and he has mana. So maybe they'll just set up for the tower. RTK, they're going to get caught out there, slowed down by Chuan. Ellie, swinging around from the side, just smacking him with those Vampire Claws. One more Void will get the kill, and with the Hill Ward, RTK, no fog in sight. Chance of a juke. LGD, though, having a much tougher time corralling Tule.
Morphling, can you actually waveform away from this?
They have to force the wave, like, before they actually come in from behind, it seems.
Who has a TP score? No one has a TP score.
They can't kill. Really? Are they gonna try for it? There's no Omni Slash yet. Maybe with the Blade Fury.
They can kill him.
It's a long dive, they do get the kill.
Yeah, they got the lift after the waveform. That was crucial for them to be able to get the kill. So they were able to force out the waveform. Rubik was in a good position to actually lift him back into the waiting arms of Syla, which is on the Juggernaut. But even without the Omni Slash, the Blade Fury was just enough to get a kill for them. So one kill apiece on both of the
You know why as well? Because he only has the level 1 morph. Because
I mean, that's
he's
the way,
going for the adaptive
yeah,
kill,
that's the
so
way
it's a much easier kill.
That's the way you build the offlane morph. I don't think there's any other way you play this. Like,
Oh yeah, it's just it's a byproduct of the fact that
the
it's
way
an
you
offlane.
are playing the morphing, yeah, so deal with it. So he has his Tranquil Boots up, so needs to get his Soaring next. Are the two most important items you want to have.
Yeah, how mid lane. They get beating for maybe. For now.
Wow, he's actually leading so much. I guess thanks to the Enchantress creep earlier, so he's able to pull ahead significant amount of distance.
They won maybe though. They're tracking him at night. Wards from both teams here. The
that's
Sunstrike
silence,
comes in.
that's silence.
Silence. The Void comes through. Hal does not have access to a Fire Remnant yet, but they are going to nuke him with Chwani. Jumps the cliff. He doesn't want to give up that DD rune. Has no choice. Be bondled up.
So
by
it's an
Mr.
Exalt Invoker. It's 3 points in Exalt, so if they landed the Sunstrike, maybe they would have a chance of killing him, but he didn't land. He didn't wait for the Disable to land, so he went in. He didn't expect the Night Stalker to get the silence off. And he was anticipating that PR would actually run to a stop rune, so LGD grouping up their two supports here, might be wanting to smoke. They have wards too, so they're going to smoke, place wards in enemy jungle, try to get a kill.
now.
And maybe he's in bottom lane now, so he feels like he doesn't want to be in mid lane now under too much pressure because Ember has level 6. He can kill me.
They're gonna 4-man on bottom. Smoke coming from LGD as
Top
well,
lane as
and they're
well.
wrapping around on Sylar. They get the adaptive off to start this one. They need that silence to come through before he can play Fury TP, and they do manage to pull it off. Sylar goes flat. NewB collect the kill, but now Moo could be next. So it looks like they're gonna be trading Invoker here potentially. LGD trying to cinch the noose on him, but he gets off the Ghost Walk. Is there detection?
Yes,
They have one
They have
sentry on
sentry.
DDC. Moo, they don't know exactly where he is. The ping's coming out to the right of the tower. Moo may actually get away.
Oh, they're going in. They
saw the Ghost
They
Walk.
saw the Ghost Walk.
But they see it to the left of the tower.
Oh, no.
Oh, MMY. They're starting to really get close to him. TP comes through though. Ellie's here. He's already level 5. That Void's gonna really hurt. Moo's got a Sunstrike ready. Drop the sentry. Eventually they do, but... What?
Teams making mirror movements. You see how they are making the movements. Both trying to kill the safe lane, but...
LGD do have the Enchantress though, so they're the ones that are getting the tower.
Newbee is also dealing... Yeah, I guess Newbee can deal a lot of damage, but they can't really get the tower. But Lair is gonna get caught here on the Night Stalker. Asia gonna just make sure that he can't really escape.
Moo's still down here, and I think Sylar might realize that Ghost Walking again. Not only is he caught out here, but he's not spending time farming. As How moves into the bottom lane, has the double damage room picked up, but he's very squishy. Only 5 armor and low HP, just gets gunned down by Sylar's auto attacks.
What just happened?
A free offering on the altar of LGD.
Oh no, Sylar is done! Sylar is done!
After all that, Moo is still likely to die here. The last
Oh my god!
LGD being served up this game on a silver platter as it plummets at 2,000
Come
gold.
on, Gorman, learn something from this carry. Bring your own dust, don't expect your support to bring the dust.
So mad. Good stun there on maybe, but MMY just a bit out of range with the telekinesis.
Everything you make me buy anything.
I fight dust on carries. But because it gets kills. It's a direct reward. You see, I'm motivated by those ones. Immediate gratification. I'm an American after all.
You only look for the short-term stuff, you don't look for long-term stuff, you know.
Everything begins short term.
Hell yeah, yeah, sure. Buy your own dust. Don't make me buy any nuts anymore.
So mad. Salt levels are rising here in Shanghai, and LGD, well, they're feeling rather relaxed at the moment, leading 4-2. Gold going their way. Experience has swung into their favor. Maybe
So, Morphling is online.
closing on his first big items.
Morphling is online. Storing Trentals. You finish your one and you get level 7. You're
There's
good to
action
go.
here as Chuan is getting scouted out. Fissure from RTK. We're on side of it though, he'll back away. So he's online, they have a level 4 Exhort. They can kill some of the squishier heroes with this.
Basically, I think if they, even if
The Rubik,
even
for
if
sure.
the Juggernaut, they catch him out, they can actually kill him. If it's 2 heroes roaming, one hero roaming with the Morphling, like the Night Stalker, and they rely on the Sunstrike. You stun, you wave from Sunstrike plus a nuke from the Night Stalker. Kill the Juggernaut.
4's in the mid lane, Tornado zoning back the wave as Moo gonna deal with that creep, and here Newbee. It is anytime, but they've got access to darkness
He
now.
has 2 points in on Enchant. That's not something you see too much on Enchant. Even it's a support Enchantress.
Look for the darkness here. They've got the level 4 adaptive, just clipped level 7. Could you even try and go for maybe perhaps?
Oh, he's got him!
He stuns off RTK. Sunstrike's gonna come through. RTK takes a beating. Will end up going down. MMY though looking to turn this one. Chuan Poppy's Fairy Fire. That ain't gonna save him. The Rubik finishes the job, but now Ellie pops the ultimate. And it is nighttime going to work. Sylar with the Omni Slash is a bit underwhelming, but the spin follow-up sufficient. They kill off Ellie. They force back the rest of Newbee. The Enchantress creeps continuing their assault. A 2-for-2 exchange here. No carries going down for LGD. Court trade, essentially. You're technically your offlaner, shaker, core, but not expected to farm a whole lot.
You can say he's a support as well, I guess. A shaker core sometimes.
He's a 3.5.
I guess so.
Now, dropping the chains here. Bold move forward. The Sunstrike perfectly placed. Spreading it all between the other LGD heroes, but Sylar Bracer has the HP.
Oh, he got the PL. Can they actually follow up? 4 seconds stun on him. They don't have the Sunstrike though, so they won't have enough damage.
They're still a little bit light on the damage output. It's
Yep.
only level 4 Exhort. And
It's like
Ember
they-
doesn't really have any
You
items
know, it's
yet.
like they don't have a hero like Lina or Skyra, like as a support where once the stun comes up, you actually immediately blow him up. They're only relying on the Invoker.
It's only the Invoker.
And I mean, Night Stalker has a decent amount of damage with his nuke, but he needs to get in range, so
Yeah, I would agree. It wasn't necessarily their plan from minute one when they drafted.
Yeah,
You know,
it's like they-
okay, this could work here.
it's like they're trying to outgreed the enemy, you know? You got outgreeded the first game, and this game you're gonna outgreed them.
I also have to keep in mind it is LGD with the Morphling being one of their I think their most played carry hero on this patch for Sylar. And last game Newbee banned it in that stage, so perhaps LGD partially wanted to block, or Newbee partially wanted to block pick LGD, and then had to figure out a way to
Yeah.
fit the Morphling.
Meanwhile, LGD is gonna smoke in. They're gonna catch out Tron here. Drop the
Gets pulled
sentry.
back. Here comes the BOTPL. Oh, not gonna make it in time, it looks like, but Earthshaker comes in from behind, is gonna catch out House Surprise.
doesn't have
and
Remnant.
kill him off.
Oh, he can't really go to his remnant. Oh no! That was a big kill for LGD. RTK securing that kill for his team with the Echo Slam.
He's a ninja on the Shaker, just dropped right in.
And this Morphling is also a ninja. Taking last hits with the Adaptive Strike.
Sylar goes TP top and he gets there in time to deny the tower. More frustration for
Can they get
Newbee.
the silence on him?
Silence into a void might be enough for the kill here. Move. Currently he's got the Forward Spirits as well as the Ice Wall. Not the best spells for killing off Juggernaut. He's just gonna spin his way back, dropping the healing ward on the retreat.
they needed to land the Sunstrike plus the wall. Because even if you spin after, you're still slowed. So they needed those two spells to connect in order to get a kill mid lane.
Remnant forward from Howie will find MMY, but the Fissure's in a good position by RTK to try to keep him alive. Waving over it though, too late. Here, this off-lane Morphling starting to turn into perhaps more of a carry as he continues to rack up the kills and assist game.
He is like a Beastmaster. I don't think you can call him a carry, but I mean, Rubik can also be the off-lane Morphling for his team if he gets the steal.
First steal the
I mean,
straight more.
it's a mistake on the morphing if Rubik gets the stun because you can always just morph after the stun. It's very difficult for Rubik. You can give away the morph, but it's important not to give away the stun. The Adaptive Strike.
Speaking of stealing, MMY is not ready to do that yet. He's still only level 5.
He's still an amateur.
14 minutes. This is actually one of the worst starts I've ever seen in MMY.
Yeah, because you have Enchantress and Enchantress is the one taking the space, so Rubik is gonna be... Someone has to be sacrificed. Rubik is...
I vote for RTK.
What?
Do I get a vote in this? But yeah, they definitely need that Rubik level 6.
You're not getting the vote because you're not the captain of this team. You're not gonna hear from me, I'm sorry.
Well, I give my vote to Xiao, and I'm pretty sure he would pick RTK. Mostly so he can replace him. EDC will take the tower mid. So finally objectives coming out for LGD.
And you're just mean to our TK.
I love him.
No, you
I'm
don't.
only mean to him because I love him. I show my affection with it. Let it fist through right as the Fidger comes. They're gonna blast back Sylar. Play. Yep. How? Still a long ways off his items here. That mid lane was just a total stomp in favor of LGD. A 2,700 gold differential. Only 15 minutes between the two solo
Yep.
mids.
Enchantress, Dota. Nah. If you're Enchantress and you don't win your lane, then something is wrong. So,
We're gonna try for the Roche.
Roshan is next on the menu for RTK's team,
They saw some of these heroes running into the river. Do have a ward.
but they do have better like teamfight control with the Fissure right now, so it's still hard for... I don't even think Newbee knows about it, so they are not even moving. Trying to scout the Sunstrike, so it's gonna be too late. 5 heroes rushing.
The PL is also just very strong right now.
I mean, they have decent amount of AoE still to kill the PL. There's the waveform, there's the the flame guard, which is the main thing.
I'm just looking at some of these health pools. Like one lance is a third, a fourth of their health, and it does not have a long
Are you
cooldown.
talking about Crystal Maiden?
Yeah, one lance is half her health before reduction.
Crystal Maiden is just basically not a hero meant to tank the land.
Stop there. Food.
Creep.
Tron had his snack last game, but he might be a snack this time. Hazel Blades. Wait for maybe. Already has the component. She's gonna hit the recipe. At which point things get Very dicey for
I
some
would
of these
say
heroes.
PL is becoming a better and better replicate target for Morph. Gonna be happy about that, and he gets a stun on Sylar here, but no follow-up.
Just too tanky though.
Just to annoy the carry when the carry is running around the map, you stun him, you slow his tempo down by 4 seconds. Get him angry, get him tilted. Angries like you a carries like you get angry so easily.
Winter, we're trying to cast the Shanghai Major here, not hear your life story about how much I get under your skin. Better than you in a game.
Alright, let's get back into the game where
Getting too big for your britches, man.
and Morphing is
Still close.
Morphing is trying to get his Midas, I guess.
Morphin's working towards the Midas.
I'm not sure.
Ellie working towards
I'm
his
not
Aghanim
sure
Scepter.
whether he will definitely get the Midas, but as I know that the Chinese Morphings mostly will get Midas after their basic items. Because it just fits the hero, you want to get
Mid lane, Frostbite and Sylar. They're gonna make a move in here on them.
right?
Blade Fury's on cooldown.
That's right.
He's gonna pop a jump charge just to be safe. While RTK is getting jumped out, there's the long range stun on the bottom lane. Sunshine coming through, that's where they were holding it. Hal jumps in, the Echo Slam getting dodged, it looks like by the sleight of fist there. The long range.
Okay,
Gonna really leave a mark on Hal.
I think there's a limit on
They
that.
might have one, yeah, there is a cap.
That's
on
why you don't die, right?
There used to be no cap, so you could like throw one, and I think I even saw like a Dota 1 clip where someone TP'd the fountain and insane damage to kill it. But that got patched very quickly after the hero came out.
Dire's structures are fortified.
So right now with the Aegis in hand, LGD is still in control of the game. They have not many deep wards down the enemy base yet. The deepest ward is this one in the jungle, so they still don't have any coverage of the Ancients or anywhere near the mid tier 2 towers for NewB. That would be something that they probably look to get done next with the ward on NMY. I think ideally you want to have some vision in the deep parts of the jungle in the middle lane. So you can actually gank.
Good time for LGD to be aggressive here. It's daytime. PL gonna debut his Fusel Blade, lobbing out a long range lance there onto the Morph lane and work on the tower. They'll cut out the wave, they'll clear it up. Not seeing NewBee trading for objectives or pressure on other lanes. They're very slow to push these.
Their heroes are not exactly the best heroes.
They're going to move a mid, though. They get the stun off, but Sylar wait from over the top. Sylar's is there. Sunshine coming through, and Sylar will end up going down. RTK is 1 second late with the fissure. Almost has the blink dagger, but it wasn't quite ready. Maybe joined this one. Ellie able to get out. Too late, also escaping. LGD brought the whole gang. They were just late.
Place, and I didn't expect Juggernaut not to be able to react there, because like you have a decent amount of time to react to the adaptive strike. He wasn't looking, got stunned, just got blown up.
When did they pop Darkness before that? Maybe he had less time to see it.
Yeah, maybe that's
that
why.
might have been it as well.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't. But it was a big kill onto the carry, nevertheless. So like PL is still the leader in terms of net worth, and Shaker has Blink now, so that's all the latest update for LGD. Maybe they're
How's the weather looking?
Weather is looking nice here. There's no snow compared to Minsk, so I'm liking it. Like the snow.
Funny story, we arrive in Belarus for Starladder and Winter goes out into -10°C weather wearing nothing but flip-flops on the ice-covered tarmac. That's one way to enter the country.
RTK, is he gonna enter with a big Echo Fence here? He's gonna stun.
Oh man, he beat the crap out of that Maiden. It's not even done yet. Moving forward. It's gonna TP out, maybe still in pursuit. He had the lance.
It's
swings
okay.
his arms.
Maiden's not even a hero, so not any loss there.
Oh, this is a hero though. That Morphlane, they're gonna echo him, control him there. Chantota, they're really diving for this. They have the Diffusal Blade. Too late, he's already out of mana. He manages to buy his Midas, but that's about all he's gonna do before they grab yet another kill. You could see the power of the PL to hunt a mana intensive and dependent hero like the Morph.
Things starting to look a bit dicey for NewB. They're starting to lose more map control. And and before that, MMY was able to place the ward that I mentioned. They needed vision around the mid area. They have a deep ward now there, so they can actually understand how they should move better. And maybe it's still continuing to rack up the goal here.
They have an Ember, but with how far behind he is, do you see him being able to deal with PL later on?
I think if PL is ahead, PL can also deal with Ember. So Ember needs, I think for Ember to be able to deal with PL, you have to be at least on par or ahead. You cannot be behind. PL can just get the blink build, the blink abyssal build, and you just find the Ember and you blink on top of him and you kill him.
And you just instant.
So the ward now paying off, they scout out a lot of newbies movement here.
Saw RTK.
Did they see
They saw him run in. Got the ward that saw him walk right into that nook. He didn't come out the other side.
Oh, they know there's a ward because he blinks right up. The mind games.
But whacking RTK, an unsuccessful venture, at least for this round of combat. Tyler building towards his battle area now, so he's about to get one. Ember Spirit on Newbee. Hal going to complete his. So in the great farm wars of the series, Winter, who do you see coming out on top? Do you just favor the team at the PL like you did the team at the Spectre? There is a Midas on the Morphling if that changes the equation.
There is a Morphling, so it's hard for me. But logically, I would prefer... logically, it's the PL and Juggernaut because they are ahead right now. Because Ember is not that farm yet, so...
You've also got CM, a hero that falls off really hard later on.
And you look at overall LGD's late game, 5 of their heroes are able to do a lot in terms of providing for their team. So, yeah, and CM falls off, so I think that LGD has a better late game compared to NewB.
What do you make of the Invoker build while we've got a lull in the action here? We've seen so many different ways to play him. Miracle's often gone for that BOT Yule Rush, granted that was before the Blast change. The Rubik of MMY getting sniped out in the river. Forward Spirits and the Sunstrike wasn't even there. Meanwhile, up in the Dire Jungle, more action. Maybe TPing in and trying to join this one, and he's going to move on to LE. New backing off. The Sylar rushes in. Swan trying to TP away. Will he make it home in time? No, can't actually escape. Tule also in a bit of danger. How jumping back and forth with the Remnant. Will continue their retreat, but RTK, he blinks to the left, and Tule, he went to the right, so he'll TP out. Does make it home. Yeah, out of curiosity, what are your thoughts on the Invoker build? Rushing the Aghanims, when should you be looking to do that, and why this game?
You mean instead of the Yules?
The Yules, or, I mean, we've seen, like, occasionally the Necrobook pickups, less so nowadays, I suppose.
The Necrobook is situational. I think you only do that, or even, I think Miracle did the mech build, because his team wanted to end the game.
Yeah, that's right.
It's always depending on situation, and I feel like the Aghanims is like the
most well-rounded build.
Yeah, the most well-rounded build, and the build that you generally go, because Invoker is mostly used as a hero that focuses on his spells, so playing around his spells is, I think, the most common way of building the hero. Makes you much more tankier, and the cooldown is really good. And not to mention the fact that you get to that Ravage point faster with Aghanims. Nope, the lift, NY catches our poor Tron, which is, according to Gorman, not a hero. So,
they lost a very expensive creep. No big deal.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Maybe it's a big deal for Tron. You're seeing that, it feels like a total 180. When he's on the Enchant mid lane, DDC, fighting it out with How a bit now, that's untouchable, making it hard to get the kill. And in fact, with the Dragonlance, the Imps crashing in, one super long range.
Sylar's gonna get caught here by the tornado. He's gonna go down. They managed to get a big kill here with the Night Stalker rotating in, helping move.
Dropping a Remnant in base because that Imp was crushing at him and did a lot of damage. But yeah, well, Night Stalker will TP away. Dodge that bullet.
So Aghanims is online since a while ago. I'm not sure we talked about that. They are gonna have the vision control they need now.
The gem.
It's good for the morphing too, the vision. I know you mentioned Bat Rider earlier, but with morphing, it's still really good. Because you can mainly get into a better position so that when you stun the target, if they don't see you, it's less likely for the Juggernaut or the dodge them if there's spin or the doppelganger.
I'll tell you though, Strength Morphling, he's a slow farmer.
That's why they get Midas.
Try to get creeps.
That's why they get Midas. Oh, he's not getting Blink, he's getting Use? So that he can actually have much more mana and yell.
Do you really need it with the Soul Ring though? And the Magic Wand?
I mean, it's still a good item on morphing. I always get it after Blink.
Well, because it lets you wait for the cooldown is the other big thing. So you can blast them when they're about to escape,
you have
them.
A secondary disable, which is also really nice. Here.
Dire's top
We'll grab a tower top lane and they try to make their move on the Sylar, but he's with the Blade Fury, dodging the adaptive and backing off me on the river. Maybe. Chasing towards Moo, but he picks up the cliff. We'll be okay. A lot of movement for both teams. Kills coming.
But I'm still thinking what else could he go for with this staff? What other items would be useful in this game? I would actually think that the other item that could be useful is a Veil against the PL, because it allows you to detect the real PL all the time, even if he uses his doppelganger. The buff will be on top of the PL. And
With the Staff of Wizardry?
yeah, but not with the staff, obviously. But I'm thinking
You're
what
thinking of items that would
items
be
that might be
Yeah.
useful on him. But with the staff, I can only think of use. I know sometimes I build Dagon, but I don't feel this is the game to get a Dagon. There's Atos stuff.
Do we want to be ridiculous and talk about an Aghanim Scepter? Feeling crazy today, Winter?
They don't have good targets for that. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
I've just never gotten to see it in a
Force
pro
staff
game.
could be useful because it's really good with the fissure block and the lift from Ruby, because you instantly remove the disable, he lifts the target and you force staff. I could see that happening. But I would still prefer Blink. I think Blink is really, really good. Like, it's like a core item on off-lane morphing.
Or Steps, I mean, you can never really argue with it as a bad item, but it's not like,
Yeah, but what else can
it's
you...
not especially essential.
What else would you go with the staff here? Like, either use or stuff for the Atos, that's the three
Right,
items
those are-
that you would build.
Well, he has his gem now, he's going to TP out, and it is nighttime, so he scouts the whole rotation here. Everybody going to scramble on Newbee. Looks like they're going to be the team to keep away.
And they're starting to catch up with the Ember too, so if they were to be able to get Ember on even farm with the PL, that would put them in a really good position, because now Invoker's ahead.
Daedalus is not far off.
And it's going to be a 4-star from the Earthshaker as well. Morphing is, I think, a 4-star. Okay. That's the recipe now. I mean, I think it's just primarily for the lift and the fissure. They need to get away from it. Obviously the PL too.
Just being able to save someone like Ember, who's very mobile but also squishy, sometimes that slight movement can make all the difference.
But you see, in terms of the net worth graph, Juggernaut has fallen behind significantly because he died a few times. He got picked off by the stun.
It's nighttime. There's smoke. Roche is not that low.
They are not
Ellie
trying
might
to.
be coming in. He's about to
Oh,
vision
they're not
around the
scouting.
pit.
Didn't they scout?
I think he just saw.
I thought they
something.
scouted with the Sunstrike.
Yeah, they did.
They're not going for the road.
They know it's happening. I'm more curious if they know how.
Okay,
how low it is.
RTK, they see RTK, he might go down here. They see him.
Void's there. Silence is there as well. They're gonna work on him with the Forge Spirits. They pump Darkness. Ellie gonna retreat, but they lift Chuan. Can they also catch on Ellie? Nah, they'll just deal with Chuan. The maiden down.
It's okay, the crit, you know. Not that important because Night Stalker has the gem. You would obviously rather lose the CM instead of the Night Stalker here. He's just trying his best to, you know, be useful, but I think it's very hard because like every hero can kill him easily. Like she's just really weak at this point.
I imagine this is really frustrating for Chuan that he's on such a low impact hero in such a crucial game.
CM is like really, it's either you do a lot in early game or in
Or
the
you
mid.
do nothing all game.
No, or you reach the mid game where you get items, you have BKB, and you can use your freezing field. Those are the 2 points where CM would be really good. But right now, because he has had a terrible game, he would be really, really useful. Not so useful for his team anymore. Apart from giving the aura, like unless somehow he manages to hide in the tree and go undetected in team fights and get him off.
It's all the AoE and Earthshaker brings to the table. It's really hard to get off.
It's going to be very hard, but
we'll try.
he's going to have to try his best.
Comes the siege. LGD.
Oh, Ember,
Second thoughts.
Ember has his Daedalus completed, so that might be enough for them to deter LGD from going up the high
Ellie's
ground.
stalking them. Tabs on the area. They see DDC wandering away from the herd. Pull him.
And they catch a lone one.
Do end up regrouping. But it really feels like the momentum is slipping away from them now. Moo is the leader in net worth. He's got 4,200 gold banked. Dulé, 4-staff complete. Bond still as poor as ever, but as you mentioned, the Ember Spirit doing very well.
He's going to be poor the whole game. I don't think things will change much for him. But at the same time, he still might play a crucial role in teamfight if he's able to get his full duration out and off.
Sylar popping
gem.
his drums, he's moving in, he sees LE, he wants a piece of that gem. Can he stay in range? Gets off the Omni Slash, and it's gonna bring him low. Will it finish him? LE, the illusion coming in, that last auto attack gets the kill.
No.
Gem on the ground, ROTK trying to grab it. And
Man, he tried to use the illusion to tank the Omni Slash.
Yeah.
That was a nice attempt there, but
If the Night Stalker was running towards it, it might have worked, but still running away.
That was a big loss, but still a nice attempt by Morphling to try and save his teammate.
And it's going to be 4 minutes until they can buy another. The good news is they did sweep the map with it, so it's dewarded for NewBee. Bad news is NewBee cannot do their own dewarding.
At least they don't have the vision of Night Stalker to do that.
They still got 2 minutes here on the Aegis. Siege. Sylar, frozen up. And he's going to play here, dodge away from the EMP. But pushing meanwhile top lane is the Ember Spirit, but Sylar continues to slowly work on the tower. They blink with them. I'm like, oh, he was looking for the lift. Hit a big one, but quick reactions by NewBee to dodge that. On DDC, Fissure comes through. RTK, he says, screw it, man, I'm going in. He gets the Echo up, but the team wasn't ready for it. They're not able to follow that one up. They get the Chuan kill, but the Echo Slam does nothing.
The 4th Spirits cancelled the blink from the Rubik, so he had to walk in.
Sylar, unfortunately,
That would
didn't
have
an
been
Omni Slash
that would have
there.
been a big kill on Ember.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Again, you know,
They
move,
might be able to break this
how
space
and move,
anyway.
you know, taking care of each other. Gameplay.
Better love story than Twilight.
The love story than all love story. You don't ever save me from anything.
Sylar is saving LGD from a loss here, though, as he breaks down the tower and maybe works on the melee ranks. Can they finish the job? The Tornado comes through. Ember Spirit with a sleight of fist. Not the best placement, though, maybe. Ducking away from that EMP. Keeps on going. They're going to have a healing ward in 10 seconds. They've got an Omni Slash now. The Age is still in line. LGD, they keep the siege going. See if NewBee push them out of the base. Last shove and back LGD
You
out.
can see Rubik trying his best. He wants to get his hand on a stun. Every time Morphling shows his face after the stun, he tries to go in. And that would be huge if Rubik gets the kill.
Then they actually had no follow-up with the Rubik lockdown. Omni Slash on cooldown. Maybe was on the south side of the fissure. RTK's gonna try it again, but he doesn't get off the enchant totem. Tornado there to interrupt it. But still, they just can't seem to kill off this PO or even bring him low. Maybe he's at full health with the heart. I think has a buyback as well if he needs it. And Sylar's just gonna pop a BKB. They'll commit for the objective here. The Omni Slash ready. They might kill someone from NewBee who chases them out of the base. Cautious about chasing if you're NewBee.
You want to get a stun.
Hoping for that.
I mean, in this type of situation, that's when you prefer to have a blink on the Morphling, because you can actually get into a better angle or chase further. But without that, he's not able to. He doesn't.
Well, here's some extra firepower for the next fight. DDC now. 70 attack range with the completed Axe Dragonlance. Getting hard. Now LGD settle down. They managed to claim their first melee racks of the game. Not an insurmountable advantage, but definitely puts them in the driver's seat. They lead by about 6,000 gold.
It's not too much at this point. When you're up against Ember, you know, their high ground defense is still going to be tough with the Invoker plus Ember. When they push later...
Especially Invoker with BOT's Blink Hex.
Yeah, the later they push, the Invoker gets more levels, then it's going to be even harder.
We saw it for mid 1 yesterday for Fnatic. We've seen it countless times from Miracle for OG. This stage of the game, Invoker, any +1 can kill anybody, and on his own can easily kill the supports.
Stun from Morphling set up everything for the Invoker right now.
Or just Ghost Walk Hex will do.
So nighttime is popped. Stalker's still not 16 yet, but LGD wants to further push their advantage right now. They want to look for even more objectives after claiming the bottom melee racks. I have all the spells ready. Omni Slash is back up, Echo Slam is back up. Any new items that they are waiting for? Sylar has 5,000 gold in the bank, still deciding what he wants to buy.
The item, do you think, for him?
I think tank ability, any stat like Ali, anything. I don't think they need too much lockdown. They have the Rubik and Earthshaker and a diffuser from PL. He just needs to be able to dish out damage and just survive. So maybe Butterfly or Sluddy.
I would say out of those, Sylar likes Butterfly.
Yeah, probably. Because it's gonna force the Ember. Oh, bottom lane. TK. Not sure what happened. Probably got scouted hiding from the Night Stalker. So with his life. I think, yeah, because you want to probably force the Ember into MKB as well, so he doesn't get into his normal damage build like the Rapier after the Daedalus build. So you make him.
He was actually trying to kill Chuan, by the way. He
was trying
dropped
to...
the Echo Slam for him and got counterplayed.
He was trying to kill the one that's a creep.
It still gives gold though. Good about that.
Dire's bottom
Even
tower
if he gets the
is
kill,
under attack.
is it worth it to drop the Echo?
This is big. Siler bottom lane, he hasn't spent that gold, at least not fully, and they're gonna pile on top of him, rolling the meatball over his corpse,
Bottom tower
poking it a little bit further. So it's time to split push if you're LGD. They bring DDC and MOI down mid. On here to hold the line.
is under
What
attack.
little good the Crystal Maiden can do, it is at least good for slowing down these pushes.
Oh, you're really trying really hard, yeah, for the Crystal Maiden.
I'm cheering for Chuan.
Dire's bottom
Feel
tower
his pain.
And I'm cheering for the morphing, even though the morphing didn't do much.
We're very biased. Classic newbie fans.
And NewB is gonna go push the high ground this time, trying to force the buyback from Juggernaut.
tower is under attack.
So hard to go
Oh no,
into this.
he almost got caught by the chains there earlier.
Boy, you sure would like to have an Echo Slam right now. 30 seconds until it's up, but got just enough base defense to force them back.
Maybe he's gonna finish his butterfly as well. Both of them are going butterflies. Juggernaut picked up the quad staff as well. So I guess it's mandatory now for... But he hasn't seen it yet, so he's not gonna go for the MKB yet.
Oh, he gets the ultimate orb. Oh, I think he might have just seen it in time.
Where?
He sold the
he
ultimate
saw
orb.
it!
He just saw it in time.
Oh my god, if he actually wanted to go for the Skadi, then it would be so bad.
Ow, that's sick. Stuff from your Ember.
Maybe it was also the PL spot that he showed him. I guess he needs to push the lane, so not much he can do.
And they didn't know the Ember was about to shop.
Yeah, it's just like we were like, oh shit, he bought the ultimate out. He doesn't...
That's too nitpicky even for commentators to say.
My bad, Gorman. Take the blame.
You can just leave.
Don't think people will be too happy about that.
Such an arrogant statement.
Also, you would rather me leave.
I just wanted to see, check your reaction.
I mean, I did say that it was hard to cast with you, so...
Yeah, well, Valve wanted me to have a challenge.
Promise to be nice from now on.
I don't know what your idea of nice is, but so far I don't like it very much. Here comes the fight on the mid lane. They get the mid on the Moo. That Echo Slam's on point. Moo will go down and too late on the run. There's nobody split pushy right now. LGD, they got one melee Rex earlier. They're looking for more now, checking out the buybacks very quickly. Enchantress, Morphlane, and Invoker, the only three that have them. Up onto the high ground, maybe brings out the creep army. Invoker could rejoin the fight. He's looking for a good opportunity to do it. They're trying to chip down maybe. Echo Slam committed. LGD have to be careful about how they approach this one.
Radiant's middle tower is under
I
attack.
realize Invoker might have it.
Radiant's structures are fortified.
Then work on the tower, force out the glyph. At least still giving them all the vision they need here. The gem, and there's the buyback. They bring down the
Radiant's
tower.
middle tower has fallen.
Spirit zipping out, and maybe gonna dodge an adaptive here. We'll jump back, and NATO looking for some fleeing heroes, but won't find anyone.
This time KB is just so much value when both of them completed the butterfly.
I feel like if had he gone into a Scotty, or I mean maybe he's even gonna get
That's good,
a
yeah.
kids there, like they're so screwed at that point. Double butterfly just completely counters the Ember.
It's like BKB as well. When you get it, you want to just go fight, go push, secure objectives. So Roshan, it's the third Roshan, so there will be Cheese, Aegis for the Juggernaut and the PL.
And some blood in the pit. The NewBee are coming. They're looking for it. LGD bringing the Roche low. The timing could be pristine. Here it is. Daytime. They're going to pop the dark themselves so they see what's happening. They blast back DDC. They're going to commit the Hex on him as well. They throw out the Destiny Device and the Meatball, but he can't even finish off the Enchantress. RTK jumps in. He still doesn't have an Echo Slam, and he's going to drop here. Waveforming down and away. Too late. Will escape the Omni Slash from Sylar, though. Will execute. Kills off Moo. That's a dieback on the Invoker. Hal's got to stay alive here. He's got to slow them down. Remnant jumps away, so it's a 2 for 2. They don't have an Invoker for 80, and immediately maybe into the bottom lane. He's BOT forward. The Ember's there to hold him off. How keeping him at bay. GD scrapping and clawing their way towards the second lane of Rax. course, in case of LGD, one of their heroes does have a buyback available. Crystal Maiden's a non-factor at this stage, so really it is going to be 4v3 in a lot of ways. It'll be tough for Newbee to hold from here, Winter. It's really all about the Ember. And well, that crit will do it. Tell him and why with the sleight of fist. One down, but carries the killing. Still the melee racks fall. They've got to get something here. Sylar, commitment. He's focused on objectives here. Maybe is surrounded and he's taking quite a bruising, but he's able to jump back with the doppelganger. Purge onto Ellie, trying to cover the retreat. Sylar also jumping out. How's on the chase. He needs this kill. Too late. Blinking forward. Sylar's alive. They managed to heal him. Pops the cheese and is going to turn. It goes back onto Too Late. Starts whacking him with the BKB. Has no teleport though. May end up eventually going down, but they have still managed to grab the melee racks, even should he fall. And I think they have at least one buyback here. No, RTK, the turnaround, drops the echo, saves Sylar, they get two! And maybe once Too Late, this might just be the end right now for Newbee. Too Late on the one, Sylar lurching forward, jumping in again and again. Back to the base will go. Desperation time now, Ember forced to buy back. That's both crucial heroes popping their buybacks. ROTK, right when you need him, he delivers. That echo changing the tide of this game and perhaps the group. One fell swoop, he jumps in and gets it done. Getting ready to move on top now. Finish off the range tracks here. Ember's gonna play extra cautious now, knowing he doesn't have buyback.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
GD will be content with this though. Just for now. Still holding the Aegis, so maybe after all said and done. How do they hold now, Winter?
They don't have buyback on Invoker and Ember. It's going to be really, really hard, and Aegis is still up for 2 minutes. Yeah, still have 2 minutes on the Aegis, so they can go back, refill, regenerate, and just go again and finish the game. It's going to be really tough. They need to make a first move. They can't just let the PR chip and the Juggernaut, like, they're just doing it very safe. Like spin, they power, and they back off. And when the spin comes off cooldown, and they rinse and they repeat. And they don't try to commit too hard. And RTK is just basically waiting for them to jump on his carries. I think for Newbee to be able to hold, they have to just make a first move. They can't just wait for something to happen. They need to go.
They're only... Look at their draft though, and they don't really have that Earthshaker level of initiation.
Yeah, Morphing is really different from what
he's a lot more gimmicky, I would say, at this stage, and they do have the Hex, but
a lot less useful than the Earthshaker.
but Hex also puts Moo in harm's way potentially, and he has to be careful, so it's just easier to execute for LGD at this stage.
I think the biggest thing the Morphing can do right now is just to replicate the PR illusion, the PR, and just you do a lot of
build
damage.
your army.
Yeah, just build your army. To, I think, try to disable the Earthshaker in the fight. Like, Invoker can start the fight, because there's no way that you can reliably stun the PR or the Juggernaut, because they can either doppelganger dodge, spin to dodge away. So, I think Earthshaker would be the best target that he can disable, and hope the Invoker Hex, start the fight on the Juggernaut and the PR, and they kill the target in front, and he disable the Earthshaker.
A lot of maybes and ifs, but it's what Newbee have to work with right now. And now Hao is building towards his next big item, so he's obviously not going to try to save for buyback given how long the way it is. He has the Demon Edge, I imagine a Rapier's next.
I mean, they are kind of desperate, right? Two sides of Rexstar.
It doesn't even feel like a Rapier is an auto win by any stretch.
It definitely helps a lot against the PR illusions.
Yeah.
So, but
most of them will die in one.
Yeah, but at the same time, he has no Lincoln's. Usually the build is like Link, Battle Fury, Daedalus, and a Rapier with a Lincoln Spear, so you're not so vulnerable to like.
And they don't have defensive support.
Yeah.
There's no Grave. There's
they have a CM with Glimmer Cape. Is that enough?
Oracle. It's better than nothing. One's a hero now.
Because of so Glimmer Cape is a hero.
I would say Glimmer Cape is more useful than any of Crystal Maiden's abilities at this stage of the game.
Kind of hard to argue against that.
So I would say it turns him into a hero.
I mean, it's just a hero having a lot of limitations right now in the state. It's not like he's playing.
Of
really
course,
bad.
it's not like Chuan's playing bad. It's Crystal Maiden. She needs a lot of farm development at this point.
Maybe what she can do is just Glimmer Kit herself for the freezing field.
They have 2 gems.
Oh, okay. Wait.
They lost the Night Stalker gem in the last fight, had to buy another.
Forget it then.
Glass is definitely half empty for Chuan Winter, just
It's not a time to give up, you know, if you're Chuan. There's still hope.
It still can make a difference for your teammates, for sure.
You might be able to just clear the important illusions from PR from killing your teammate because you have the freezing field up, so let's not lose hope here.
Crazier things have happened, but now they find themselves down 2 lanes. Looking for that final blow. See NewBee creeping through the trees up top. Openings forthcoming. How's gonna have to take some risks here to keep these lanes out. Else LGD can just work onto the top lane very safely. 2 minutes till buyback. But also 500 gold till Rapier.
He's gonna get the Rapier if the push comes.
It definitely feels like it's just can't afford to just save for buyback.
When you don't have the buyback. It's way too long if they push now, so maybe he will have time though. It seems like LGD.
But I feel like wouldn't you still rather have the Rapier even then?
Yeah.
Then the buyback.
Because if you think about it, if you have to use your buyback to defend the base, then how are you going to win after that? Because they can just go back, regroup, and
your teammates are also going to be dead if you die, so.
Visibility.
All or nothing.
Ali, down LGD heroes here, or at least keep eyes on them. Who's also joining them. They're very mobile. Strike force, dire side, and there's the Rapier. See how broad how shoulders are. It's been working out.
I don't think so. Busy playing Dota.
Fly work. Fly plays Dota. Ani plays Dota. Left. GD are close. They
Now
move through the center and they head towards the top.
Oh dear, they might actually spot out more here. Who has the gem again? Rubik and only 1 gem now. Oh, I thought they had 2. Oh,
They had 2.
Yeah, it's in the base.
1 will do the trick for now, LGD, leaving 1 in reserve. Aggressive foray by LE. Bag status for both teams here. 5 on the Dire, 1 on the Radiant. So the Invoker's money for it.
Ember has it in 20 seconds, but he needs 900 gold. Oh, he doesn't like to buy Rapiers on Ember's Spirit, or he doesn't need to buy Rapiers because they win all the games early.
Or option 3, they lose all the games, so he never has the gold to
Dire's
buy
top
Rapiers.
tower is under attack.
It's one of those 3.
We can only speculate. So Roshan spawns at a nice timing for LGD, not too long. They're gonna be able to secure it and just push and try to finish the game.
It'll be a safe siege. 6k up on maybe now. He can buy a fresh item. In our Juggernaut as well. Sylar has his Abyssal Blade.
I think for maybe he might also want an Abyssal Blade though. Like, that item is just really good.
It definitely feels like it's part of your end game build for
PL.
PL. At least in most matchups.
Yeah, I know we mentioned about the Blink Abyssal, but he obviously doesn't have the slot right now.
Yeah, Butterfly still and Manta gives you a lot
I
of.
think you just get the Moonshot now for the slot.
Yeah. We will get out a bit with that Ember. 1600 to Ember crit. Very nice stuff. But he's tanky enough to deal with it. 27 armor. LGD will get to work pushing out the lanes. Bottom lane already shoved in. Mid lane at the river and pushing. And now the team rotating on top with RTK. Scouting party, the advanced squad, looking for a pick to set up this push. Just yet, but they are lurking in this. They know they have to cut waves, they have to take risks. By time.
Well, so far they've bought enough time for the buyback to come off cooldown for Ember. Just needs to farm the gold for it.
Oh, and you said you wanted them to get a pick, Winter. They're gonna try for it here too late with the stun, but MMY blinks away. Who's going in? Hexes up Psylocke. That's the Juggernaut BOT level 2s though, and he's able to BKB. The Deafening Blast not actually locking him down any longer, so he turns this one. The Omni Slash follows it up. They're gonna find a kill. Hey, oh, actually, no, that was just the Abyssal Blade. It didn't even use the Omni Slash yet. Still has it available, and they're pushing in.
And healing what gonna keep everyone healthy.
They have what they need to break this base now. No Night Stalker buyback, no Crystal Maiden buyback. Newbee up against it here in the deciding game number 3. There's Maxo maybe, but good luck killing the man once, let alone twice. Bailed out his brother Sylar. And then full health for the final siege. Now, Sleight of Fisting, killing off the backlighters, but can he deal with the big guns? Sylar maybe still very healthy here. They're working on the melee racks, full HP on both. Them down to about half. Earthshaker gonna buy his own BOTs and try to rejoin this one too. He's bought back. He actually couldn't TP his way in, so he's gonna Shadow Blade down mid. But maybe he's able to deal with these heroes. He brings down the Ember Spirit, dead forever. GG gets called, and Newbee knocked down to the lower bracket in a nail biter. 52 minutes in. They just had too much firepower down the stretch.
LGD.
Yeah, I think it's just mostly the Enchantress factor, like I mentioned. Every series has their hero, and this series, Enchantress was like the crucial hero for both of these teams, and team that is able to secure the hero would more or less be likely to secure the game. So I think MVP goes to Enchantress for securing his team the early game especially, and giving them the space.
Series, really. Yeah. Enchantress 3-0, right?
And RTK had a really good showing as well this game, and this game plus Prophet game and the other game. So both